Good morning, America. Winter is here, and the first major storm of the season is sweeping from the Midwest to New England. Millions are bracing for heavy snow, ice, and rain. A true early winter event that's disrupting routines right after the Thanksgiving travel rush. Cities like Chicago are still recovering from record-breaking snow, and now nearly 24 states are in the storm's path. The National Weather Service has issued widespread winter storm warnings, urging everyone to prepare for hazardous travel and power outages. The storm's exact track will determine who gets snow, sleet, or rain, so stay tuned to your local forecast for the latest updates. We're tracking this dynamic system closely to keep you and your family safe as winter officially arrives. This powerful winter storm began its journey in the heart of the Central Plains, where frigid air and moisture collided to create the perfect conditions for rapid intensification. As the first snowflakes began to fall, the storm quickly gathered strength, drawing energy from the vast open landscapes and the cold air mass that had settled in. Meteorologists watched closely as satellite images revealed swirling clouds and a tightening low-pressure system, signaling that this was no ordinary weather event. Soon, snow spread swiftly from Omaha to Des Moines, blanketing highways and city streets in a thick, slippery layer. Drivers faced treacherous conditions, with visibility dropping and roads becoming slick and hazardous in a matter of hours. Emergency crews were dispatched to help stranded motorists, and local authorities urged everyone to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. The storm's rapid pace left little time for preparation, catching many by surprise. As the system pushed eastward, it tapped into a surge of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, fueling its growth and expanding its reach. The storm intensified dramatically, spreading heavy snow and a wintry mix into the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley. Weather radar lit up with bands of precipitation, and meteorologists warned that the combination of Gulf moisture and cold northern air would make for a potent and widespread event. Communities across the region braced for impact, knowing that the worst was yet to come. Cities like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh prepared for their first significant snowfall of the season, with snowplows working around the clock and residents stocking up on essentials. For many, this was the first real taste of winter, and it arrived with a vengeance. Schools announced closures, businesses adjusted hours, and public transportation faced delays as the snow piled up. The storm set the stage for a messy and challenging Tuesday across a huge swath of the country, affecting millions of people from the Midwest to the Northeast. By Tuesday, the storm's focus shifted to southern New England, where forecasters warned of the worst conditions during both the morning and evening commutes. Heavy snow fell relentlessly, reducing visibility and making travel extremely difficult. Commuters trudged through deep drifts, and traffic crawled along icy roads. The relentless snowfall tested the limits of snow removal crews and created dangerous conditions for anyone venturing outside. As the system reached the Atlantic coast, it began to redevelop and strengthen, transforming into a classic nor'easter. This redevelopment pulled in even more moisture from the ocean, while cold air from the north created sharp boundaries between heavy snow, a wintry mix, and rain. The storm's evolution brought dramatic changes in weather over short distances, with some areas experiencing blizzard-like conditions, while others saw only rain or sleet. In fact, just a few miles could mean the difference between a foot of snow and a light dusting, or between icy roads and wet pavement. That's why staying updated with local forecasts became crucial for residents trying to plan their day. Meteorologists emphasized the importance of monitoring real-time updates, as the storm's path and intensity could shift quickly, changing the outlook for entire communities in a matter of hours. Although the storm itself moved quickly, its impact was anything but fleeting. The aftermath left streets and sidewalks buried under snow, cars encased in ice, and neighborhoods working together to dig out. Melting snow created slushy, slippery conditions that lingered for days, reminding everyone that even a fast-moving storm can leave a lasting mark on the landscape and on daily life. This storm is a study in contrasts. Heavy snow to the north and west, creating a picturesque yet perilous winter wonderland. The snow blankets everything in sight, transforming the landscape into a serene white expanse. However, this beauty comes with its own set of challenges. To the south and east, the scene changes dramatically with drenching rain soaking the urban streets. The rain turns roads into slick, hazardous paths, making driving conditions treacherous. The contrast between the snowy north and the rainy south is stark, and in between lies a dangerous wintry mix. Freezing rain is especially dangerous, instantly glazing roads and power lines with ice, particularly in higher elevations of Virginia and North Carolina. This icy coating can lead to power outages and make travel nearly impossible. The weight of the ice can snap tree branches and bring down power lines, adding to the hazards. Along the I-95 corridor, heavy rain could cause ponding, hydroplaning, and even flash flooding in low-lying areas. Drivers need to be extra cautious as water can quickly accumulate, creating unexpected hazards. The combination of rain and melting snow can exacerbate flooding, making some roads impassable. Powerful coastal winds, gusting up to 50 mph in places, will worsen conditions, especially where heavy wet snow clings to trees and power lines. These winds can cause significant damage, breaking branches and toppling trees, which can lead to further power outages and blocked roads. These winds can lead to outages and make travel even more hazardous. Utility crews will be working tirelessly to restore power, but the conditions will make their job incredibly challenging. Drivers should be prepared for road closures and delays as crews work to clear debris and restore services. Blowing and drifting snow will reduce visibility for drivers in snow zones. Whiteout conditions can occur suddenly, making it difficult to see the road ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed and increase their following distance to stay safe. Whether it's snow, ice, or rain, this storm brings a range of hazards that demand caution. Pedestrians should be careful on icy sidewalks, and everyone should be prepared for emergency vehicles responding to accidents and other incidents. Stay alert to changing conditions as the system moves through your area. Keep an eye on weather updates and be prepared to adjust your plans as necessary. This storm is a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of staying informed and prepared. The big question, snow or rain? It's a question that many people ask as winter storms approach. The answer can vary greatly depending on where you live and the specific path the storm takes. Understanding this can help you prepare better for the weather conditions you might face. It all depends on your location relative to the storm's track. The storm's trajectory plays a crucial role in determining whether you'll see snowflakes or raindrops. Meteorologists spend a lot of time analyzing these tracks to provide accurate forecasts. Midwest cities like Kansas City and St. Louis already saw a few inches of snow, transforming the landscape into a winter wonderland. The snow-covered streets and cars create a picturesque scene, but also bring challenges like shoveling and driving in slippery conditions, while Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are digging out from their first real accumulation. Residents are busy shoveling driveways and sidewalks, and the city streets are bustling with snowplows working to clear the way. In southern New England, a sharp line divides heavy snow from mostly rain. This boundary can be quite dramatic, with one neighborhood blanketed in snow while the next sees only rain. North and west of I-495 in Massachusetts could see 6 to 9 inches of heavy, wet snow, creating a beautiful but heavy burden on trees and power lines. This kind of snow can lead to power outages and requires careful removal to avoid damage, while areas closer to the coast will get less as rain mixes in. The coastal regions often experience a mix of rain and snow, leading to slushy and wet conditions that can be tricky to navigate. Boston sits right on the rain-snow line. Expect a slushy mix and lower totals, making for a messy commute and challenging conditions for pedestrians and drivers alike. While Cape Cod and the islands will see mostly rain and strong winds. These areas are more prone to heavy rain and gusty winds, which can lead to coastal flooding and erosion. A small shift in the storm's path could change everything, turning rain into snow or vice versa. This unpredictability is why it's important to stay informed as the storm approaches. So keep checking for updates. Weather conditions can change rapidly, and staying updated can help you make the best decisions for your safety and convenience. These fine details make New England forecasting especially challenging. Meteorologists use advanced technology and data analysis to predict these conditions, but the region's unique geography always adds an element of uncertainty. Travel is the storm's biggest casualty. Expect dangerous roads and major flight disruptions. Heavy snow will overwhelm plows, while even light snow or ice can make roads treacherous, especially on bridges and overpasses. Freezing rain creates black ice, and heavy rain means hydroplaning and low visibility, especially along I-95 from D.C. to Boston. Airports in Pittsburgh, Boston, New York, and Philadelphia will see delays and cancellations, with ripple effects nationwide. Prepare your car for winter. Check tires, wipers, and keep an emergency kit handy. If you don't have to travel, stay home. Safety comes first. For those flying, check with your airline before heading out and expect delays. The heaviest snow will be wet and dense, what we call heart attack snow, making shoveling strenuous and dangerous. This snow clings to trees and power lines, and with strong winds, expect outages as branches snap. Utility crews are on alert, but widespread outages could take time to fix, especially if roads are blocked. Many schools and businesses will close in the hardest-hit areas, disrupting routines but keeping people safe. Stock up on essentials and be ready to stay home for a day or two. Check your emergency supplies, flashlights, batteries, food, and water, just in case. The beauty of fresh snow comes with real risks, so take precautions for your family's safety. As the storm exits, a blast of Arctic air will plunge temperatures, bringing the coldest weather of the season. Wet roads and sidewalks will freeze solid, creating sheets of ice and making cleanup hazardous for days. Record lows are possible in the central U.S., and New England will see wind chills in the teens or single digits. Protect your home. Check your heating. Let faucets drip to prevent frozen pipes, and keep pets indoors. Dress in layers, moisture wicking, insulating, and windproof, to guard against frostbite and hypothermia. Cover exposed skin and limit time outside, especially for children and pets. The deep freeze is a serious threat. Be prepared for dangerous cold after the snow. Preparation is your best defense. Stay informed with reliable weather updates and heed all storm warnings. Build a home emergency kit, non-perishable food-water medications, flashlights, batteries, and warm clothing for at least 72 hours. Charge phones and power banks before the storm hits. Avoid unnecessary travel. If you must drive, let someone know your route and keep your gas tank at least half full. If stranded, stay with your vehicle, run the engine occasionally for warmth, and keep the exhaust pipe clear. After the storm, shovel carefully and use generators safely, never indoors. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those needing help. Community support is vital. By preparing and looking out for each other, we can weather any storm. As we recover from this first major storm, remember, winter is just getting started. Weather patterns suggest more storms are likely in the coming weeks, with cold air and active jet streams setting the stage. Use this storm as a dress rehearsal. Check your emergency kits, review your plans, and stay vigilant. Winter weather is more than an inconvenience. It's a real threat, so take every forecast seriously. The steps you take now will make the next storm easier to handle. Enjoy the beauty of winter, but respect its power and stay prepared. We'll be here tracking every storm, helping you stay safe all season long.